How's everyone doing, guys? This is JJ Domination. We're back here with some more Madden 18 gameplay. You know what that means. We're back to talking about Madden 19. Now, my biggest question for the EA developers and for the people who make the ratings for all the Madden video games is, how exactly do you guys determine the ratings? And here, I guess I'm going to try to make an assumption or try to figure out how exactly they get that job done. So, basically the four things that I think they go off of is what they did last season, the reputation of that player in the NFL and in the Madden community. I think it also has to do with like the potential of a player and the hype of a player. For a lot of players, especially guys who have been in the league for a long time, it's most likely going to be your reputation and what you did last year. Mainly just your reputation. I'll give you examples of like ratings as well. I'm not going to go ahead and just give you every single rating of every single position and like the top 30 of every position. That's boring, okay? And plus, if you're going to do that, you got to space it out. You can't just give them all the ratings all at once, because more is less. That's the way I've been looking at things recently. More is less. So I'm going to give you an example of potential rating. A potential rating and what exactly that looks like. Andrew Luck versus Carson Wentz. Andrew Luck, who hasn't played in 2 seasons, is an 87 overall. The EA developers feel like he has the potential to come back and still be an elite caliber quarterback, because according to the quarterback rankings, he would be ranked 7th or 8th on this list. Whereas Carson Wentz, who was an MVP candidate until getting injured last year, is an 86, and he's like the 9th or 10th ranked quarterback in the Madden video game upcoming. So that's an example of like potential base. Is Andrew Luck. They feel like he's going to be better than Carson Wentz, even though Carson Wentz was an MVP caliber player. Now we can show you one of like reputation in Madden. Let's just take a good old look at the 99 overall club. And I'm not bashing any of these players either when I say this, but let's just take a look at Von Miller. Von Miller's a 99 overall. Now, if we're going to talk production, if we're going to talk like numbers from last year, I don't think he warrants a 99. I think he's more of like a 96, 97. He's not a 99 overall player based on last year. He should get like the Justin Houston treatment where he's still like a 96. Because he didn't have that productive of a year. Granted, he still had numbers, but not elite pass rusher Von Miller numbers that we all know him to have. There's an example of like basically your legacy in Madden, basically the reputation that you have across the league. Ooh, and that's a good play right there by the Bills corner. So, you know, we can also now talk about production off of last year. Let's take a look at some upcoming sophomore players real quick. We have Alvin Kamara, and we also have, as Aaron's trying to send me an invite, just ignore that. You know, we have Alvin Kamara and we have Kareem Hunt, both players who were sophomore players last year, based on what they did last year, are getting favorable Madden ratings. So what that tells me is, okay, well, they're kind of looking at it from that perspective too, where it's based off last season. And it makes sense, because you kind of do want to base it off what they've done recently or what they did recently. You don't want to base it off of potential. You don't want to base it off of their legacy. It's what you did last year. And yeah, and then again, you know, guys like Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be a 99, but then again, from the skill set and from the reputation he has in game, he is a 99, because he's one of the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. He just didn't play last year. But then again, you have to be consistent with your arguments, because if you want to base it off last year, Carson Wentz should be higher than the 9th best quarterback, you know, in the league. Because Dak Prescott, who didn't have that good of a year, is like 82 overall. I think that ranks him like 17, 18, 19 amongst quarterbacks. If I remember correctly, it's down there somewhere. I just honestly don't even remember. And then also Jared Goff. Jared Goff got an 83 overall. I thought that was a good rating for him, because the system has made him better, but he's still a good quarterback. He's not like, oh yeah, the system is totally what made Jared Goff. Jared Goff came in the league with talent. He just needed personnel that got him, that understood him. And I think that's a big thing as well in the NFL. So to me, Madden ratings are based off a lot of different things. I feel like they're inconsistent at times, and I'll give you an example. Sean Lee's a 96 overall. Okay, Sean Lee's never on the field to really play. Is he the best right outside linebacker? No, I'd probably give it to Telvin Smith, Levante David, all guys who were ranked below him, and also Jadeveon Clowney for the 3-4. But strictly 4-3, I would probably have to go with, you know, either Telvin Smith or Levante David. I think they're better than Sean Lee. Now, Sean Lee is a great player. To me, he's anywhere in between like an 88 to a 91. He's not a 96, though. Come on. Come on, Madden. What are you doing? What are you doing, EA? And then you have, like, some secondary players as well. I think Chris Harris Jr. got an 88 overall. I feel like that's a little bit based off last season. But if you want to talk about reputation, Chris Harris should be always a top 5 ranked corner, whereas in this game he's ranked like 8th or 9th. So the Madden rating scale is kind of inconsistent to me, but we pretty much know what they base it off of. And now here's another question. I'm going to kind of put this pressure on me. How would you do the ratings? How would you base it? I would do a mixture based on what you did last year and your skill set. I wouldn't really go based on your reputation. Oh, this guy's always looked at as an elite player. You know, I wouldn't look at it like that. I would look at basically your production, like what you did last year. And I would also look at, like, you know, your talent, your skill set. And yeah, Aaron Rodgers, granted, would still be a 99 in my head. But mainly because his skill set warrants a 99 at the quarterback position. But if you're basing it off last season, yeah, he had good numbers, but granted, he only played like 8 games. Or 7 games and a quarter. So we can't really go off of those numbers. So that's kind of like my thoughts on the EA rating system. And hopefully this video was short and sweet, and hopefully a lot of people like understood what I was getting at with the video. And don't forget, guys, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and definitely share the video, man. Get people talking. Get eyes on the product. I'm always going to say that in my videos from now on. Get eyes on the product, people. You guys enjoy out there.